So you're thinking about buying a new gaming PC and you want something that actually keeps up, no more stuttering in the middle of a raid, no loading screens that make you question your life choices. You just want a machine that boots fast, runs games smoothly, and looks good doing it. That's exactly what I wanted when I checked out the iBUYPOWER Y40 PRO Black gaming PC. It promises solid performance out of the box, and I've been putting it through its paces for the last couple of weeks. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Right out of the gate, this thing surprised me with how quickly it loads everything. The 2TB NVMe SSD is a huge win, Windows 11 boots in seconds, and games install crazy fast. I'm talking full AAA titles loading in under a minute in most cases. That means less time waiting and more time actually playing, whether you're jumping into Call of Duty or booting up Civilization 6 for a late-night strategy fix. And having 2 TB means you don't have to play that annoying file Tetris, constantly uninstalling games to make space. The AMD Ryzen 7 9800X 3D CPU is a serious workhorse. It handles multitasking without breaking a sweat. I've had Discord, Chrome with like a dozen tabs, Spotify, and a game all running at once, and the system didn't even warm up. No lag, no stutters, it just works. For streamers or content creators who want to game and record at the same time, this CPU gives you that headroom without needing to upgrade 6 months down the road. Then there's the AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT with 16GB of VRAM. That's a lot of graphics power, and yeah, it shows. Games like Alan Wake 2 and Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora ran at high settings with ray tracing enabled, and I was still hovering around 50 to 60 frames per second on my 1440p monitor. It's not consistently 100 plus FPS, but it's smooth, visually rich, and completely playable. And at 1080p? This thing crushes it. You could easily push ultra settings in most titles and not blink. The 32GB of DDR5 RGB RAM running at 5200 MHz makes a noticeable difference in load times and overall system responsiveness. I noticed faster texture loading in open-world games like Cyberpunk 2077, and animations in video editing software felt snappier. But honestly, the RGB lighting is a nice little bonus if you like that kind of thing. It's not over the top, just a soft glow through the case vents that makes it feel like a proper gaming setup without looking like a nightclub. Connectivity is pretty solid, too. You've got plenty of USB ports, multiple USB 3.1 and even a couple of Type-C slots, so hooking up a second monitor, your headset, mouse, external drives, whatever, isn't a hassle. Wi-Fi 6 keeps your connection stable, which matters if you're gaming online or streaming 4K content. I've had no dropped connections, even during long gaming sessions with heavy downloads running in the background. One thing I really appreciated, it comes with a keyboard and mouse. Now, I get it, they're not high-end, competitive-grade peripherals. But they work fine. If you're upgrading your setup and don't have spare ones lying around, it's nice to plug in and go right out of the box instead of scrambling to find something to use while you wait for your favorite gear to arrive. For a new PC buyer, especially someone building their first gaming rig, that little bundle saves time and a few bucks. Performance-wise, the system stays cool under load. The case has decent airflow, and the internal fans do a good job managing heat. I maxed out a few games for an hour straight, and temp stayed in the low 70s degrees C range. That tells me this thing is built to handle extended sessions without throttling or wearing out too fast. Of course, no PC is perfect. One minor downside is that the case design is pretty standard, black mid-tower, nothing flashy. If you're into custom RGB builds or want something that stands out on your desk, you might want to swap cases down the line. And while the pre-built cables are tidy, there's not a ton of room for future upgrades unless you're comfortable managing wire routing yourself. On the plus side, this is a PC that's ready to go the moment you unbox it. No building stress, no driver headaches, it just works. And with Windows 11 already installed and activated, you're not spending your first hour fiddling with settings. For anyone who wants power without the complexity, that's a big win. Overall, the iBUYPOWER Y40 Pro delivers where it counts: speed, performance, and reliability. It's not trying to be the absolute top-of-the-line beast with water cooling and gold-plated parts. It's a strong, balanced system that handles modern gaming and everyday tasks with room to grow. Whether you're upgrading from an old desktop or putting together your first serious gaming machine, it's a solid pick. If you're interested, the link is in the description below.